Hello, what is up, everybody? It is me, Dragon Blitz, and we're here doing Castlevania Symphony of the Night speedrunning. And because you guys were so generous and nice to me, we're going to be doing reverse boss order. Exactly what I wanted. It'll be fine. This is exactly what I wanted. But yeah, this is the goal of the run is going to be beating the game using the in-game tactics menu, which is found in the library, shows off the list of bosses. We're going to be doing the reverse order of that. It essentially means we're beating the game backwards. In order to do that, we are starting in luck mode. That's the correct name, right? For luck mode?
Sounds good to me.
That looks about right. Anyways, I have my notes for the route here because it's very easy to forget. The exact order is pretty precise, but yeah, we can go ahead and hop in whenever. You guys ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. So good luck.
So yeah, a big portion of what makes this run even. Oops, I do need this, don't I? I'm gonna get it just in case. I'm sure it's fine. I was mostly practicing the pacifist route, but it's fine. We'll figure out reverse boss order. Just do the bosses, but backwards. It'll be fine. Yeah, we're playing as Richter right now. We won't see him for very long.
You have a moment for a donation?
Go right ahead.
We have $25 from Majestic Centaur with no comment. Thank you very much.
Have you seen the new anime yet, Dragon Blitz?
I've been here. I have to reset.
It came out like a day or two before.
It's
You
fine.
have time.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get rid of all my hearts, and that is 100% necessary. We're starting over.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah. I unfortunately got too good of luck there, actually.
The one moment where luck actually be on your side was not what we wanted.
Yeah, I did too much damage, and I wasn't able to get rid of my hearts in the way that I wanted to. Essentially, I need to end this fight with exactly 0 hearts, and I need to get over 40 before talking to Dracula. What I'm also doing here is I'm doing Hydrostorm, which is an item crash that costs a lot of hearts, and then I'm throwing a Holy Water on the ground afterwards. This gives you essentially a random chance to do extra damage, and we're getting insane amount of damage stacks. Triple damage stacks twice in a row. That's 1 in 8 times 1 in 8. So whatever that is, 1 in 64?
Nailed it.
Sounds good.
I wish I could get that. And the best part is we're doing a potentially, if we raise, what is the incentive for the bonus run after this? 26,000 total. I'm going to be doing that again, but in that run, it's actually almost required that you get perfect damage stacks. So, of course, that won't happen when it actually matters. That'd make things too easy. Another thing that's important to note here is I'm backdashing a lot. Go fast. It's great. Also, this is pretty fast. You take big damage, go fast. You need to kill a specific number of bats here. There we go.
I've seen some damage boosting of Castlevania in my day, but that's a massive one I've ever seen.
It's called a big toss.
Congrats, you might get to see it again real soon. Don't peel your eyes away.
Yeah, you just touch the wart's butt, sends you flying. If you take more than half of your health in a single hit, it sends you flying indefinitely until you hit a wall or a ceiling.
That's why you did luck mode, right?
Yeah, that is only available this early in the game in luck mode. So luck mode essentially lowers all of your stats. It's kind of meant to be like a hard mode, I guess. But essentially, all of your stats are bad except for your luck stat, which starts at 99. You get a bonus gem that increases your luck as well. But this is reverse boss order, and I think a lot of you might be wondering, okay, so if this is reverse boss order, that probably means, we need to skip some bosses, right? Yes, we're going to be doing a lot of individual boss skips, most of which won't even require seeing the boss at all, so this is going to be one of them. Here, I'm just setting up my experience because I'm going to be taking advantage of a level up. I believe that is the right amount of experience. That is the right amount of experience. Okay, perfect. I'm going to be saving the game because if I mess up, I basically have to reset here because my levels are very specific. Using level ups as a means to perform glitches is a very common thing in this game. So if I get too many level ups too early on, some later glitches will not be possible. This setup's very interesting. I use that red skeleton to sit on that switch to move the elevator up. And the red skeleton's going to respawn here in a second. I want to keep him on the switch a little bit longer. And then I need to find essentially a pixel perfect position. This summon spirit is going to be hitting this axe. It's going to give me a level up. I'm going to be moving during this level up. Hopefully I did it correctly. And I'm going to jump off the elevator mid-air, and it was not correct.
It's a pretty hard trick, from what I remember.
Yeah.
It's essentially like pixel perfect, frame perfect kind of deal. That's pretty normal for this game. But it's fun. That's why we do the safety save. If this was, you know, world record level, you reset. It's pretty early on in the run.
Nut.
Thank you, Spike. I needed that to power me up.
Are we our Bowen?
I'm trying to.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, that's too far. Hopefully that works. Nope.
What?
Essentially, I'm trying to skip past this room using a glitch called reverse shift line. It's incredibly precise.
So
Is it like deloading the gate that's right there? What are you trying to do?
It essentially is a underflow of your X position when you go through a screen transition.
Oh, okay.
So it warps you an entire screen length over.
Okay.
that's sick. That's sick.
Kind of seems familiar to like Sonic stuff, right?
Yeah, like a level rap vibes when I hear underflow.
An old joke between me and someone who used to run Sonic Games Lock, Mike89, was that Sonic 3 and Knuckles and this are literally the same game. So,
Definitely feels that way. Yeah.
Symphony Night is one of the greatest like Hall of Fame speed games of all time because it is truly the speedrun that never stops giving. There's so many ways to break this game open. The movement is super, super cool the whole time.
We have like over 30 categories between category extensions and like the main leaderboard. Because there's always new ways to like challenge yourself to play this game.
We showcased it last year. There's a new randomizer point that's super sick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost as bad as Super Mario World.
Oh my goodness. This is like the worst time I've had with this trick all like basically since I've been practicing for this event.
Yeah, this is giving S3K vibes a lot. It's like difficult trick, lose massive time, and it's kind of like it's such a massive time save. You have to kind of go for it every time.
Well, this is required. You can't do any.
this is basically a challenge category.
Right,
so, yeah.
right.
That has to work. Surely that works.
I believe it.
There.
Yeah.
So this is a skip for the very first boss of the game, Slogger and Gaibon. Normally you have to go all the way around the alchemy lab and then you fight the first boss. It's a duo boss. It's a allusion to the previous Castlevania games, and it's a lot of fun. But we're saving Slogger and Gaibon to be essentially the second to last boss of this run, which is important to note. This is reverse boss order, but we are ending on killing Dracula as our final boss and getting the end credits that way. It's just more thematic, pretty much aligns with every other speedrun for this game. So.
Question I want to ask, and so some folks may have noticed, he's playing on the Xbox 360 version. Any particular reason why?
It's the fastest version. It also allows for a lot of these glitches. For example, that glitch that I just did to skip Slogger and Gaibon does not exist on the PS4 version, for example. Reverse shift lines do not exist, at least in the way that we know them for this version. This version is almost mechanically identical to the original release, the PlayStation 1 version of the game, but the load times are faster, there's no lag, so it ends up being kind of the preferred version for speedrunning.
What is the worst version of selling the speedrun on?
The Tiger handheld.
Hell
There's a Tiger handheld.
Oh, there
version
sure
of
is.
I was thinking like, oh, you know, PS1 or whatever.
What a game they would make the Tiger hand.
It's technically unreleased and got like leaked recently.
Oh no, that's the
Which one am I thinking of then? That's the.
what's it called? The City something? It's like it was late '90s. Chat, look it up.
The Gamecom?
The
Gamecom.
Gamecom, that's the one. Yeah,
I don't know why I said
Game.com.
City, but
Yeah,
you know,
the
Gamecom, City,
Game.com
same
version
thing.
is the worst version I've ever
City
played.
Boy, I don't know.
At least the Tiger handheld, it's like, okay, it's an LCD screen video game, whatever. The Game.com, I'm doing this wrong. Hold on, you guys got
There's another
distracted me.
similarity to S3K. What's the worst version to play Sonic 3? The Gamecom.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So true.
Similarities keep piling up.
By the way, we have $5 from Crimson Werecat, who says a little bit, but glad to help. Good luck, DB. You show those reverse ordered bosses who's boss.
I will try. So this is another setup that requires very specific experience because I'm going to be taking advantage of a level up, as well as another screen freezing item known as a heart refresh. It's the reason why I needed to end with 0 hearts, because in this game, depending on how you perform the prologue, you get different bonuses or different items once you start playing as Alucard. One of which is the heart refresh, which is an item that refills your hearts plus 500 or something crazy like that. But for our purposes, that doesn't really matter. All that matters is that we are using it because it freezes the screen. And freezing the screen is what allows for some very broken glitches. This is going to be a backup save because this next section is about like a 4-ish minute long section with a couple of difficult tricks. And if I fail any of them, we reset back here. This is why I didn't want to do reverse boss order in a marathon. But you know,
Well, to be fair, all of the pacifist ones are pretty much the same way.
anything that isn't any percent is like significantly harder.
Look at it, bad boy go.
We grabbed that garnet because we need it for a glitch later. I have the heart refresh in hand for a glitch coming up here. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. I'm also 1 kill away from getting that level up, so I'm not allowed to kill any enemy. And I'm also pretty low on health, as you can see. I had to take a big damage boost there in order to get the garnet in the first place. So if I take like 1 or 2 hits, I'm basically dead.
Fun.
Coming up also, as long as I get this glitch, there is going to be a flashing screen warning. It's going to flash the screen pretty intensely for about 20 seconds. I'll make sure to let you guys know if you're sensitive to that sort of thing, when it's happening and when you can, watch the game again. So essentially here I'm finding a pixel-perfect setup to get right here. I think that's the right frame. I'm just going to say that's the right frame.
Looks okay to me. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank God we got that first try. Otherwise, we would have had to reset. Right there, I'm stacking 2 screen freezes on top of each other. Close your eyes if you are sensitive to flashing lights right now. So what happens is I fall out of bounds because I opened what's known as a shift line at the edge of the screen, which allows me to fall out of bounds. It loads me back into like a safe point, which is in the middle of the screen, but there's a like a switch state block that's blocking my path to push me down underground to get to this location that has a library card, which is an item that warps me into the library. So we are here out of order.
I imagine photosensitive viewers can open their eyes again.
Thank you. Sorry, there's so much to explain.
Not for long. Don't worry. I'm just kidding.
Just killing those enemies because they're annoying. And right here, I have to lure these guys. Oh, he did it immediately. That's good RNG. They randomly will choose to like upgrade their weapon into this like lightning version that increases how much damage it does, which of course we're going to take advantage of for another big toss. I need to get closer.
Lure this guy over.
There it is.
That's sick.
Crazy. That's so sick.
And the reason we do that is to grab this relic right here, the fairy card. This card is a familiar. You summon it, and normally the fairy like heals you using items in your inventory or whatever. But what we like about her is that she likes to talk to us, and by having her talk to us, it can kind of break the way that the game handles cutscenes. So I'm gonna wait to hear.
Thank you for.
There we go. So I'm now able to enter this room and skip the cutscene at the same time. This gives me access to the menu when I'm not supposed to be able to open it, which allows me to equip the garnet before I sell it, underflows it to the maximum value, 255, and I can sell as much of these as I need to buy all of the overpowered items and equipment that this game has to offer. That's probably enough.
Menu storage.
And now I'm going to go shopping, buy a bunch of good stuff. Probably one of those, one of these.
Gracious.
Richie
one of
Rich
those.
within the first 10
I'm gonna
minutes of the
double check
game.
my notes and make sure I bought everything I need to. I got the elixir in the gauntlet. That's all that matters. All right, perfect.
It's easy for some runners to forget until you're like just watching someone else do this. Just how crazy and non-stop the glitches in this game are.
Yeah.
You can keep all your super powerful things from the start of the game. You can also just go and buy all your super powerful things.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we had all of the best gear in the game except for like a handful of things. Let's just go buy what we need. Yeah, this game, anytime I get it into like a GDQ type marathon situation, I have to like literally script out what I'm going to talk about when I talk about it because it's just nonstop. And marathon like this, I'll tell you if it comes up.
Yeah, it's more chillax.
We have $25 from Tat Jude, DB viewer here, just showing my support. Good luck on the run.
Thank you, Tat. You're
Go, gamers.
the best. One of the things you're going to be noticed here, I'm going to just phase through enemies. I'm using a potion, which gives me about a second of invulnerability. And I have infinite usage of those potions because I bought a kind of like a Easter egg type item called the duplicator. You need to beat the game once in order to unlock it as a potential to even show up in the shop in the first place. And then it also costs $500,000. So most people don't have access to it until very, very late game if they like grind money for it. But because we did that glitch, we had all the money we needed. So now we have infinite usage of very powerful single-use items. Any single-use item in the game, we have infinite usage of it. I went out of my way there to grab the Soul of Wolf. It is one of the 3 transformations of this game. The Wolf, you can use it for movement stuff, which is really cool. One of the things it also gives you access to is dive kicking in the air. Normally, the game kind of intends for you to only be able to dive kick out of the air once you have access to double jump. But they needed to program what to do if you're in this untransform state midair. So what they chose to do is say, okay, you could have a dive kick there too, because like, you know, whatever. It's not going to break the game giving you a dive kick early.
Right,
You're not
right.
gonna get that. Yeah.
And, well, it breaks the game, so.
Of course.
Like, the normal progression has you buying the Jewel of Open, which I bought earlier. Yeah, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I was trying to use the wolf movement because it's, like, slightly faster. It saves, like, a couple seconds. We are kind of on a in-game timer here. We'll see if we get a good cycle or not. By the way, if we end up getting that any % run in, the whole reason why that any % run is so important is that a huge development happened recently that allows you to skip this cycle here. This clock statue is in your way, even in any % runs, and you have to wait basically an entire minute because the way that it works is on the in-game timer side. Every other minute, this statue moves out of the way. And recently, some new developments have happened such that we've saved enough time in the first section of the game to completely skip this cycle. So we went from the world record being about a 16.5-minute run, and now it's a 15.5-minute run.
That's so cool.
Wow.
That's like a 2023 discovery.
It happened this year, yeah.
That's great.
That's
Essentially,
insane.
it just came down to people just not testing things and like thinking, oh, you know, maybe eventually we'll skip this cycle. And then I finally kind of just like, okay, let me look into this.
Yeah.
And it turned out to
Hell
be
yeah.
way easier than we thought.
It's not like big discovery. It's just cleanliness of movement.
That's another thing, yeah. We've started to discover enough strats stacked on top of each other early enough in the game where it's like, oh, this is like actually viable if we actually put it all together. It's very difficult. Most mid-level to like high mid-level players even probably won't even make the cycle. It's kind of an exclusive to like top-level type strat.
Now, before you move on with Roy, I do want to get a review for myself as well because I'm taking care of some of the other room. What's the total we need to hit to get that any % run right after this? Do we know what the total is?
$26,000.
$26,000. And what are we at right now, Shovda? You can swipe it to the side. So it should be at the bottom.
We are at $25,375.99.
All right, gamers. We need $625 to get that sucker, and you'll also be adding another game from the bowl into the Monday schedule. So let's go. Nice two-pack right there.
It's so much content.
And we're gonna have some
Sandwich
sort of
ingredient,
We
yeah.
need one for like 500 right now. So what is the current thing we've already done up to? Have we decided?
What?
to make all this, like,
For the sandwich?
Yeah. So the grape juice.
The next thing is your Cheeto crumble.
Yes, Cheeto crumbles will be happening at the 500. We need like 100 and let's roll again.
375.99.
We need $125, Chad, to add my exquisite Cheetos Crunch garnish to the sandwich right now.
Family recipe passed down from generation
Yes.
to generation.
My grandmother would be so proud of what we're doing tonight.
So real quick, I'm just going to show off. That's the relic we need. There's a gate in the way. Mist could pass. We do not have Mist.
Transform into mist.
Oh, okay.
The fairy lets you know if you transform into Mist, you can grab that. But behind that area is a boss fight, and obviously this is a reverse boss order. We can't fight them yet. So what I'm going to be doing here instead is setting up a pixel-perfect, frame-perfect setup here that requires multiple iterations. That's second frame. That's first frame. Okay. Thankfully, I memorized the inputs for that one. There's like a spreadsheet of like 20 possibilities. I'm going to get hit here and die. Of course, yeah.
Shoot.
I got the hard part, messed up the easy part. Classic.
It's always the easy part that gets you.
Yeah. This is another flashing screen warning as well. Unfortunately, this game is full of those. I'm very
This one
sorry. to
doesn't
anyone.
flash that long, at least.
Yeah, it doesn't flash for as long, but. So we get to show it off again. Essentially, similar to how we opened the edge of the screen before by freezing the screen twice, We can do it in a single screen freeze if we're going fast enough. And that's why we're setting up this big toss. That's first frame. That's first frame again. Okay, so that should work. I'm just going to fall all the way.
Oh. Is that enemy's position random?
No. I know what I'm doing wrong there.
Okay.
Yeah, he just needs to hit the button early. That's all.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the fast setup that saves 4 seconds, but if you miss it, you die. So I'm just going to do the slower setup that loses 4 seconds.
Okay.
That's fine.
Oh, is that the...
I think we've seen this room long enough. We can move on. I'm just happy I got that twice in a row. This is not easy. That's third frame. I'm going to have to pull up reference for that. Third frame, first frame? What does that look like?
Pull up the notes, man.
Yeah, it got to go to Imgur.
You need an encyclopedia to run like half the categories in this game.
This is top runner vibes right here.
So we got...
I got a laundry list of notes.
I think I'm good to hold left and jump. Maybe? Let's find out. Yeah, that works.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there, if I just transform into wolf, it's a little bit slower. It gets you into the right spot here, but it's fine. And if you did it right...
Mist could pass.
Yeah, that's what mist does. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't lie.
The idea is you land directly on top of the mist if you do it the other way, but, you know, it's fine.
Right, you had to do a room, piece of room movement.
Yeah. Because even though this game is insane and tough and there's tons of frame-perfect, pixel-perfect glitches, you still got to optimize that extra 4 seconds every once in a while, you know?
Right, of course.
Well, I mean, again, you're talking 80% speedruns down to like 15 and a half minutes right now or whatever.
Yeah, this is one of the games that is not necessarily difficult to get into, but as you go deeper and deeper, there's always more you can optimize. I mean, I've been speedrunning this game for 10 freaking years, and I still am like, dude, I'm so bad.
I think it used to be like my favorite speedruns though. It's like really low barrier of entry. But like, dog, if you want to go for it, holy shit.
Yeah, I had like goals to like, oh, I'll learn a new game once I'm done with like my current goal for this game. Never hit that goal.
Which is every category you could possibly imagine.
And then this game keeps having more categories discovered, and it's like, I'll learn something else sometime. Okay, so important to note, this is a reverse boss order run. So, because of that, we do need to kill the bosses in a very specific order based off of this in-game menu that shows up in the library. I'll even showcase it actually right after this next section, so that way you guys know I'm not cheating.
A lawyer would try him in court for this stuff.
Yeah, so what we're... Can I...
I was gonna ask you how it determines like what is in-game resource.
Do I have the mana prism? No, it's an elixir. Why am I getting hit and dying? Stop! Stop! Oh my god!
Roughhousing, man.
So you know Fleamen, right? Like Hunchbacks.
Yeah.
Giving them armor was their idea in this game,
Right.
so they don't die instantly. So the boss order is determined by this one menu in the game that essentially teaches you how to fight all of the bosses. In that menu, they forgot that guy, so we can just kill him whenever we want.
Oh, hell yeah.
GG.
And that's really nice because otherwise we'd have to. There is ways to skip him, but it's very, very slow.
Yeah,
So this
it
saves
would
a
add like
ton of
10
time.
minutes or so, probably.
Yeah, this saves 10 minutes skipping that guy or fighting that guy instead of skipping him.
And in the inverse, I'm assuming an all bosses category does include.
Yeah, he is considered a boss in all bosses. But because we are using a different metric to determine the order of the bosses and not what is a boss, in fact, I'll show you. It is this menu right here. See, there's no Lesser Demon.
Wow.
So it only shows up enemies that you have killed, and because we killed Lesser Demon and he doesn't show up on that menu, he's not a boss in this game.
Makes sense to me.
Yep. At least for this category.
Yeah.
We did all that, by the way, to get this, which is the Soul of Bat. It comes with the ability to do what is known as wing smashing. Let me not library card right now. I've done that so many freaking times. So as long as you have at least 8 magic, 8 MP, it's that purplish, bluish bar at the top of the screen there. As long as you have at least 8 MP, you can do what is known as a wing smash. It requires a pretty technical input. You hold jump and then do a three-quarter circle motion on the control stick, then release jump, and you have to do that once every second or so if you want to keep what's known as a wing smash chain going. Otherwise, it forcibly untransforms you while you're in the middle of whatever motion you're doing, and that could be detrimental, like enough to kill you. My MP is so low. You normally have enough for an extra wing smash there, but that's another thing that's great about this video game is the amount of MP that you get per level up is random.
Oh, fun.
So some runs you have a lot of MP to work with. Some
How
runs, not
dandy.
so much. And because we started in luck mode, our MP is about 30 less than it would be normally. So that's, what, like 3 extra wing smashes we don't have access to. So we have to do a lot of like intermediate movement to keep things moving. Speaking of movement to keep things moving, I probably should have saved. Because we have another trick coming up.
You're fine.
I'm just going to restart the room. No medicine left, by the way. Oh, we got it. So she doesn't know how to use the elixir. That's above her pay grade.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We have to actually level her up before she starts using higher levels of potions, which
There's
is
something funny about this wall.
there's something funny about that wall. In case you guys didn't know.
That just means she needs more donations for direct relief.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try my
Help
best
her.
to get this skip, because otherwise we're losing a lot of time here, because I forgot to save. This is pixel perfect. I believe that's the correct position. Where's my heart refresh?
Oh.
Where's my heart refresh?
Well, you used one to get the library card.
I used one to
That's the only one you have access to right now.
Then how do I do this normally? Oh, I'm doing... That's the pacifist one. No, this is the... There's so many ways to skip bosses. I
Yeah.
almost did the pacifist strat. No, we just do this. So this is called a half-blood tech? Oh, my... Why?
Thanks for donating for reverse boss.
Well, while we're revisiting these things he's done, if you're confused about the Teach Direct Relief How to Speedrun incentive, hi, my name is Drew. You've barely seen me on camera. I've mostly been doing tech back here, helping out around the place. So my name's Drew. Many people here call me Rom Scout. It's just my Twitch username. I'm kind of a speedrunning enthusiast at the Direct Relief office.
You've never played this
and
game before, correct?
I played it as a kid, obviously, but it's like one of my favorite games. And yeah, I'd say aside from maybe Campy, I'm probably the biggest speedrunning enthusiast at the office. But among the boomers, definitely easily the the best speedrunning enthusiast. So I'd like to learn to speedrun this game, and Dragon Blitz has offered to teach me some of these tricks. So yeah, if you donate, then you might get to see that.
And what's the donation for that?
Definitely don't check the speedrun.com leaderboards for this game. Please do not do that.
It's $10 teach me tech for that, or
I think it was...
I think it's 25 for this one.
25,
Yeah.
Okay. Which also will get you into the drawing for that sick ass GameCube chat.
Have we seen it yet today? Like much on
I
screen?
don't actually.
Should we go get it?
You know what?
Don't wait too long to get Rom Scout to learn a little bit about this game. He's literally aging in front of us. You don't have much time left.
This is their speedrun retirement home after all.
We made a deal with the vampire. His name was.
Drew is such an enthusiast, he was an answer on Name That GDQ at the trivia. You were an answer. Actual God mode right here.
Yeah, thank you guys for donating for reverse boss order, because the categories are quite similar. So remembering which tech is useful for which category is got me a little mixed up here, and we lost a little bit of time for it. But it's fine. We get to explore more of our favorite game here, Symphony of the Night. I love it. You love it. We're going fast. Fun stuff.
This is a really fantastic game. Like, I actually ran the Saturn version of this with the character Maria.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
That was like 7 years ago.
That's like the
but-
main reason to play the Saturn version is to play as Maria.
Yeah.
We do have a couple donations. We have $10 from Vivi Mayoe. Regular DB viewer here. Real hyped for people to see this run. Keep doing what you do, y'all. Less than 3.
Thank you.
We have $25 from Super Dud, who says, teach Rom Scout Wing Smash.
Okay, we'll show off the wing smashing right after this.
Okay.
This time, I have it set up properly. So this is called a half-blood tech. Why is it called that? This game's very old, and the glitch hunting scene has been around for a long time. So I don't know. So what I'm trying to... Oh, I thought all of them were going to miss. That would have been so funny. I've never seen that happen. Thankfully, it didn't happen. So essentially, you know that big toss tech that sends me flying? If I do that while I'm transformed into the bat transformation, it'll push me through the floor here. So you know, you've played this game before. You know where the leap stone is, right? It's over here.
I
To
mean,
the,
it's like go to the left, right?
yeah, go to the left. You
Okay.
want to get me there through wing smashing?
Well, okay. I mean, I only played this casually once. So what's the wing smash input?
So first you got to transform into bat. It's right bumper.
Okay. Here, can you hold this right? Thank you. Okay, so
Spike's gonna show off the prize.
oh wait, oh yeah, there's spell menu. I can actually see what the input is.
Yeah. So question mark.
What does the question mark mean?
You'll figure it out. It's very obvious. It's,
What?
question mark.
Street Fighter.
It's yeah.
Okay, so there's
think
two
this is-
question marks. Is the first question mark a different input than the second one?
Technically, yes. It's the same button, but a different
Same,
input.
but what's the button? Just give me the button.
Jump. A.
Jump. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I just have to do that.
Yeah.
And then do I just do it again? Like
Yeah, do it as much as you want. Just keep, just
okay.
whatever feels good.
Okay, great.
Yeah, like that. You're doing it.
Awesome. Wow, that really isn't that bad.
Quick learner.
There we go.
All right, now where are you going?
You can go to the right.
Okay, great.
Probably down and to the right, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
you're going that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you need. I'm learning. I'm just learning. Also, Fleamen are way too overpowered in this game. Everyone knows that.
He did the
You
thing.
can do the elixir if you want. I mean, oh god.
I
oh
need
god.
the elixir if I want.
Oh my God.
I need the elixir if I want. Now I need mana. Oh, this is awful.
This is a really fun speedrun category. You should try it sometime.
We're getting out of here. Just get that.
Oh, there we go.
Did I mess up your experience route? Probably.
It doesn't matter.
It
We
doesn't
don't need
matter.
the experience route anymore. It's
It
good.
doesn't matter. Help.
This
You
is
go
exactly
up,
how I
right.
would expect Alucard to sound like when he's in.
Get me out of here.
Okay.
Get me out of here.
And you said that's a $25 donation for that? Check. Get your donations in now.
Should have been 25,000.
What am I doing again?
Well,
Jesus
actually,
Christ.
2,500 gets to pick a game on the thingy for
Oh,
the
yeah.
for
What do
Monday,
my
right?
notes say?
Was that 2,600 for the next game for Monday?
Yeah, 26,000.
Oh,
26,000,
okay, now I
yeah,
remember.
26,000, right.
6,000 and we grab something from the bowl of destiny.
But I have to play Golden.
And that's every 2,500, right, Spike?
Every year. So it's every 2,000 now.
2,000. Okay.
Yes, yeah, we turned it.
Yeah.
28, 29, 30, and 87.
We are
So-
$590 away from that 26,000. Sorry for cutting you off.
Means we're $90 away from that exquisite Chico's Crunch Garnish in the grilled cheese sandwich.
So one
Chef's
thing
kiss.
to note is after you get the Soul of Bat, you can kind of just beat the game. You can do whatever you want. Like, it's so overpowered. It gives you access to essentially everything. So what I'm going to be doing for pretty much the next, like, couple minutes is I'm essentially grabbing some extra relics, some warps to come back to places later, doing some setup before we do... like, this run kind of has two phases. There's, like, the glitch-heavy phase that gets you to locations you're not supposed to get to normally, and then there's kind of just, like, the boss rush phase where you just go back to back to back, killing all of the bosses in the reverse order. So we're still in that kind of glitch-heavy, like, prep phase. So one of the glitches you're going to be seeing me do here is called a floor clip. So if you jump into a set of stairs at the right speed, in the right positions, you'll just clip through the floor when you untransform. And I'm going to be doing that twice here. Once to go this way, because what's over here... Hello? What's over here is it'll push you out of bounds. It's constantly trying to push you down, which is why we stay in the floor. But it'll touch this warp zone, which gets us access to the Holy Glasses, which is required in order to save Richter later, because Richter is a boss that shows up on that menu. So this gets us access to the Holy Glasses. Normally you got to grab gold ring, silver ring, fight some bosses, yada, yada, yada. We're not doing any of that. We could just grab the glasses outright.
Stair clipping is another strat in S3K. That's another strat
Yeah.
comparison.
It's just more
between the
Sonic.
two.
They're the same damn game.
It's like how Keys and I are always saying Pokemon and Kingdom Hearts are the exact same city.
Another reason we got gravity boots is because to get through that floor that's closed there, you need to jump fast enough with the gravity boots to make it through. And now, that clip that I just did, want to see me do it again?
Love it. Bring it.
I went too
A
fast.
little late, yeah.
What I'm doing here is called...
Oh, I
map
watch his
buffering.
stream all the time. I know exactly what these cues are. Yeah.
That should work.
Huge fan.
Yeah. So what I'm doing... what I'm doing there is called map buffering. It's kind of like Ocarina of Time if you think about it, where you pull up a thing and then you can do inputs when the thing goes away. It's just that the inputs that you do have to be performed in real time. There's no like slowdown or pausing really. So once you pull up the map, if you want to close the map and then reopen the map, like progress one frame forward, you have to within one frame close the map and reopen the map. We essentially just do it to kind of just help visual cue certain frame perfect tricks and stuff like that. It turns a frame perfect trick into a series of multiple frame perfect tricks, but technically it's easier.
We have $5 from Mash, who says, I'm doing my part. Join the mobile speedrun Colosseum today. We need you, so join up today.
Thank you, Mash.
Service guarantees citizenship. We have the ships. We need soldiers.
Fun fact about this area right here, if you saw my GDQ run, we didn't have to wait for the skeleton guy to blow up this bridge because there was a exploit that was found recently where if you have a controller plugged into player 2 and have that controller press triangle, it just blows up that bridge for some reason.
What?
It's like a leftover developer queue. However,
I was gonna say that's got to be a dev thing.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
Waiting on that skeleton.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe just remove the skeleton then.
I'm going to save the game here. There's a very low chance that I mess this skip up, but in case I do, because it would mean that we'd go back to our last save, and that's been a little while ago.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. But yeah, we can't do that on this version because it's the Xbox 360 version, and the Xbox 360 doesn't know how to recognize player 2.
Oh.
Because it uses a profile system and not like a port system, if that makes sense. Like there's no port on the console that is player 2. By the way, the door clips you into the floor there.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that looked like a little whoop.
Yeah, so this is the only boss room in the game where the doors work like this, where they come in from the ceiling and don't immediately have like a hitbox. And that pushes us far enough into the floor that we can just skip that boss.
Yeah,
We will be killing him
like
later,
a
though.
moving hitbox that comes down.
Yeah.
Right.
And the whole reason we did that is just to get this warp over here so we can come back later. Because the first boss that we need to defeat in this part of the castle is past this location. So it's just easier to grab this warp now. And now we're going to be moving on into the second castle, which is like the second half of the game. Spoilers, there's more than one castle in this game.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Now, real quick, while you're making your way over there, Shogun, I know you got a lot of information for us. Let's rattle
Oh,
all
nice.
All
First
right,
try.
we have $25 from DJ Merrill. Stoked for this run as there's so much going on. Props to DB for executing while commentating. We have $25 from Heg Spam, who says, please help Rom Scout come out of speedrunner retirement. $25.
What are you talking about?
I've never speedrun before. We talk.
Yeah.
We have $25 from Tat Jude, who says, can you teach Richter Skip to Drew, who has definitely never done it before?
Okay. I
And-
just did Richter Skip, but we can go back.
You can do it again later. Whatever.
Oh, we can
And-
actually do Richter Skip again in like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
We have $100 from That Brock, who says, what is a man?
I don't know.
A miserable little pile of something? What was it again?
Pieces. Pieces.
Pieces
pieces.
of Cheetos that'll be on top of the
Cheetos.
sandwich.
That are now gonna be on that sandwich, baby.
Yep.
Woo! 25.5. Let's go.
Quite the delicacy.
What is a grilled cheese?
Not what this thing is.
Now it's getting so far away from
All right,
that.
Spike, what's the next one?
All right, $26,000.
I'm glad you're thinking these out.
Chad, we are getting to the point. We need to start making it.
I got an idea. We had the idea that we were all talking about before, like the horseradish dip.
Oh, yes, horseradish dip for the sandwich.
I am in pain already.
Horseradish is great, man.
Shout outs Medusi.com.
Oh, I could have done this one.
Yeah.
This looks easy.
Oh, well, you want to try it?
Here, yeah, sure, I'll try it. Yeah.
You saw what I was trying to do there, right?
yeah.
Just do that.
Is the ingredients on page 2 at this point?
It's the next one over.
Gamers.
That's the wrong save, yeah. That save is beating the game already.
Gamers, $26,000 will unlock 3 things just from the incentives alone. We will add horseradish as a dip for this cheese sandwich. That's
All right,
great.
what am I doing here, DB?
So what's happening here, similar to how we got damage clipped through the floor with Colosseum, we're doing that again, but we're using Medusa's butt to clip us out of bounds.
Yeah.
So you're going to walk forward and let Medusa...
I'm gonna do the other one just in case. I guess it doesn't matter. Huh?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lure Medusa over to the right. You could always crouch to make sure you don't get hit by her little beam laser eyes. So once she's fully in the corner, you're going to want to activate your potion, delay a little bit, then double jump, dive kick, transform into bat while in midair. That gets you stuck between her butt and like the corner of the room right there, and that should push you out of bounds. So long as you timed the potion correctly, you can use the potion again.
Whoa, you do you normally teach people this way? Like you just said like 1,500 words.
You're
dude.
picking it up, right?
I mean, I'm taking some processing time, but sure, keep going.
Okay.
What am I doing after that?
Potion, double jump, dive kick, transform,
Okay.
and then mash potion.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do.
All right. Well, we'll try it. Oh, wait, it's potion first, right?
Potion first, yeah.
Okay, great.
Potion first, then double jump, dive kick.
Oh, I'm totally past her. Great.
Yeah, it's fine. You can just reset the sit. Yep. Perfect. Get her right into that corner there. There you go. Mash potion again.
Ooh,
yeah.
it's a hard mash, huh?
Yeah, you have to make sure. One thing that does help is actually delaying the double jump after doing the first potion.
Okay.
Because that means that you're still invincible, but the potion
Then the next one can be
invincibility
used later. Yeah,
lets
okay.
you use it
Got
again a little bit sooner. That's
All
what I messed up as well. It's very difficult. Don't worry. You're not expected to get this on your first try necessarily.
Be thankful Medusa got that bakery going on, or else
Yeah.
the skip wouldn't have been possible.
God damn.
Yeah, shout out
that bakery.
As some may call it the Medusi.
The Medusa.
I still can't get it. Okay. Well, I tried.
You got most
we'll
of the way
We'll do
there.
Richter skip.
We'll do Richter skip, yeah. This is slightly faster.
$26,000, chat. We will have some horseradish dip for that cheese sandwich. You will pull another game from the Monday Content Bowl bucket, and we will have Castlevania 80%. So 80% coming up right after this. You'll want to see it.
How many games do we have so far? How many games do we have so far on the
There
list,
it
Spike?
Nice.
Do you know?
Yes, we should have 8, 9. We should have 10 games there right now. So that's game number 11.
So that's what it's supposed to look like. It is genuinely pretty tough to do. I've messed it up many a times. You do that in the pacifist route, and I was once on world record pace by over 20 minutes in the pacifist route and then messed it up and had to reset.
Ah, shit.
Because obviously in attempts, you're never safe.
No, exactly, yeah. But yeah, the reason why we're doing that is we need to get to the center clock room, which is basically where we did those floor clips earlier and got the holy glasses, but in this version of the castle. And on the way is a heart refresh, that item that we used earlier to pause the screen and do some crazy glitches. So it's convenient that there's a heart refresh along the way, because we do need it for this next skip. Excuse me. I'm talking. Crossbone's just mad that we skipped him. They just like, it's classic, Castlevania, Metroidvania style, where they just put a boss as like a normal enemy later in the game.
Yeah, that's a Dark Souls thing.
Yeah. I do believe I want to get this warp now. I'm going to get it. It's one of the better warps.
Might as well.
It's like 10 seconds out of the way, if anything. But yeah. No, you do need this warp now. Okay. I'm glad I went out of my way to get it. So yeah, that heart refresh that we just got is going to be used to do what is known as relic skip. This is used in the any % run to essentially skip needing to do anything. Once you get the Soul of Bat, it is just go to the end of the game by doing what is known as Richter skip, which we'll talk about once we show Ron Scout over here to do it, as well as relic skip. Those two glitches combined essentially means you don't have to do anything outside of just movement, which is really, really nice. A game that is kind of distilled to movement and then a handful of glitches is one of my favorite ways to play through video games.
You know, I'm beginning to think this castle's upside down.
Huh.
The architecture, a little questionable, a little sussy.
So what we're doing here is I need to set up for another, like, it's not necessarily pixel perfect, but
This one's easy. Don't kid yourself.
it's not bad, no. There we go. So what I'm doing there is I'm walking forward as I freeze the screen. That does what's known as the reverse shift line. It underflows my exposition, which pushes me into the ceiling, and now I'm flying across the ceiling. Oh, the screen flashed. Close your eyes. I dropped a wing smash. This is not normally supposed to happen. Just close your eyes.
He's gonna have to mash for maybe 10 seconds or so.
What's that?
There we go.
There
And
you
you
go.
can open your eyes. We're safe. All good here. So, we're coming up actually on our first boss fight of the run, which is going to be Shaft.
Really weird pacing in the beginning.
Yeah, the developers, they wanted you to play a lot of the game and get used to the controls before they put you in the deep end with a boss fight. Yeah. So,
40 hours in.
so what's happening here is this is our first boss of the run. This boss leads directly into the fight with Dracula, but Dracula needs to be our final. We had to
You never
reload a
cast
save.
after
Yeah.
he saved, yeah.
Yeah. You have played this game a couple times. It seems.
Casually, yeah, like I said, yeah.
That makes sense.
At a friend's house, and then you go to hang out.
So there I'm taking advantage of the Alucard shield plus shield rod. It's kind of a Easter egg / glitch / no one really knows why it exists this way, but if you touch something with your shield after doing that spell, it does 255 base damage every 6 frames. You're invincible while you're touching stuff with it, and you're healing 8 HP per tick.
Jesus.
Yeah. Having talked to the developers about this, pretty much their philosophy was just like throw as much cool, funny stuff they can think of into the game and just make it fun. And like they didn't care that some of it was just gonna completely break it.
Yeah,
honestly.
there was like not because
Honestly, normalize doing more of that in video games.
Give me a bunch of fun tools. I'll find my way. Sure.
Yeah, so right there, killing Shaft leads to the fight with Dracula, but we're not ready to fight him yet. That's the very that will lead to the end game credits. So what we do is we just say hi to our dad and use our library card to warp back to the first castle. And then we're going to go back to the second castle because the next boss fight after this is Galamoth, which is back in the second castle.
We do have a $10 donation from Dracula's Grilled Cheese, who says, "For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world but loses his grilled cheese?" We have $25 from In June
Matthew
OS.
1627, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one after the
one after,
famous.
yeah.
$25 from In June OS, who says, "Will we see Toadstool palette swap in the mines?"
So this version, you actually can do the glitch, but it doesn't cause the palette swap for reasons.
Mainly because you're not using a disk drive and you don't have like. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll stop explaining. I gotta learn some stuff.
Yeah. So this is called Richter Skip. Richter.
Oops.
Yeah. Just go back up to that platform.
Yep.
Good
Sorry.
reaction on that back transform.
I was about to get Fleamanned again.
Yeah. So what you're gonna want to do? Yeah, you saw me do it earlier with the wolf. So what I want you to do is dash to the left, jump, and as you're in the mid.
Nope, that's not it.
Yeah. While you're in the air, you're gonna let go of forward. So let go of left, and then re-press left immediately afterwards. So double tap left, jump, and then re-tap left whilst in midair. So it's left, left, neutral jump, press left again.
Left, left, neutral jump. Okay.
Yeah. Like that. It was very close. The skip is just bullshit, and sometimes it doesn't work.
All right. Is there an easier method if, let's say, you haven't played this a million hours like you?
Okay, yeah. If you're like maybe more of a beginner, there are other methods. What I'm gonna want you to do is this like little thing right here on the screen. If you could touch that with your shield or dive kick on it, whatever you feel like, yes, that opens up a secret little menu there or a secret attic, and that actually makes you be able to do this jump, but a little bit easier. If you set up from right where you're standing, what I want you to do is double tap to the left, and then the frame that you tap left the second time, press the jump button and hold it.
Oh, jeez. Your D-pad's way stiffer than
it's very stiff. I actually loosened it recently. There you go. You got it. Yeah,
nice.
You're gonna notice that the screen above you is kind of like glitched out. Yeah. So what you're doing is you're entering the room in a way that it skips the like on-screen check to like check. Hey, have you saved Richter yet? If yes, you can just go. If no, you have to go fight Richter. So we skip that check to just not fight him.
Very nicely done.
Yeah. Congratulations.
First time.
Okay.
Thanks.
We do have $25 from Kubla with no comment, and $25 from Flautist, who says, "Teach something."
Okay.
Yeah, teach me something.
You want to learn to fight the strongest boss in the game?
In 1251, King Richard II.
Are we doing it not with a shield? Because like,
no.
Are there boss fights left?
Yeah, there's some boss fights left. Do you want to learn how to fight the strongest boss in the game? That'll be interesting. So what I'm doing now is, actually I'm doing death skip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know there's a skip in between.
Actually, I can show you death skip. It's pretty straightforward. Do you know how to press the X button and then the B button over and over and over and over again?
I can probably figure it out.
Okay, perfect. Then you're gonna be a shoo-in for this. This is also a great time if you have donations to get them in, because we're going to be looking at the heart refresh animation for about 3 minutes.
Oh.
Speaking of donations, we do have a really cool prize, right?
Yeah, we do have a really good, cool prize. I just put it back in the other room. But again, a Nintendo GameCube, you're going to be able to play anything that was ever released on the GameCube.
Cell Damage?
On any, probably.
Spy Hunter?
All there.
Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg?
On any version, that's toxic.
Oh
any version you want.
We're
You're
fine.
going to be able to play it on this GameCube. And it's signed by every nerd in this house. So make sure you get in your donations check. A minimum of $25
Potentially one
donated.
Rogue Squadron 2, hell yeah, bro.
So in other words, it's a cool-ass GameCube,
I
right?
got it.
I want you to be able to play like everything on that GameCube, except you just cannot play Melee. The game can't play Smash.
Melee just doesn't work. I don't know what it is.
It just hard locks the
Actually,
GameCube. We
when
don't know
Sakurai
how
made
it
the
works.
GameCube, he was like, no Melee.
He was like, not feeling this.
No. It's Melee, but they forced tripping into the game.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Bro,
Very true.
let's go. Okay, that would actually be toxic.
Like, you can only play the tripping version. You've heard of Project Bell.
You can play Smash 64 on the thing, but not Melee.
Right.
Okay, so this is actually a new skip discovered by, I'll say I discovered it, but realistically it was me just implementing knowledge that's already been known, because sometimes speedrunning is stupid and you just forget to do a thing that you know about. There was a previous skip to skip the death boss fight, so I like to call it Death Skip 2, because we skipped death at the beginning of the run from taking away our gear. So we're going to skip him again, but this time as a boss. Yes.
That's the TOO.
Yeah, exactly. Death Skip 2, we're doing it again.
He's back. He's pissed.
So originally, what we used to do is we used to need to talk to Death to get rid of his cutscene, because he has a cutscene where he's like, Alucard, I can't let you blah, 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 blah. This one right here.
Talk to death.
And then we would library card, go back to the first castle, and then come back and then do like a similar out of bounds to what we did with the server skip, where we have the doors push us down. Now, instead, what I'm going to be doing...
Are you teaching Rom this?
I am teaching Rom this. What I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to use a soul steel to get these out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to backdash from... I'll just do it from... Hold on. This is going to take a second because these guys are a little annoying.
You're not gonna just teach me how to spam heart refreshes, are you?
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'm going to have you...
If you don't mind.
press the X button, and then left trigger is going to undo the map.
Okay.
And then as that's happening, hold the B button.
Okay.
And let go of X.
All right.
And then press X, let go of B.
Oh, this is highly entertaining.
And then you're gonna press B, let go of X.
I think I got it actually.
We're gonna do this about like 30-ish times.
Awesome. Okay. Great.
So essentially, my visual cue for this
I get that.
is it's a little tough to see, but I want Alucard to essentially get to about here, like on like 75%, 80% of the way through the screen.
Okay. You might just need to give me a cue.
Yeah, I'll let you know when to stop. It's kind of tough to see with the. There's usually like a thing in the background that I use as a visual cue. It's kind of tough with the like light.
Sure.
But it's fine.
Blaring into our face. That's okay.
I also normally do this with a front slide, but that would have taken too long to set up. So I'm sure it works this way too.
I think it's just like probably like 20% more heart refreshes or so.
Yeah, because a backdash, you don't move nearly as fast as what's known as a front slide. And essentially the idea is you're desyncing where the camera is compared to where Alucard's position is, because the camera wants to follow Alucard in the center.
Yeah, now it's Portal, yeah.
Portal now, yeah.
Or would you speedrun in 2011? So
I was an enthusiast for it in 2011. Yeah.
Right. Which, in all honesty, that was most early GDQ runs. We were enthusiasts. We thought speedrunning was cool.
So essentially what's going to happen is once you let go of this heart refresh chain, the camera's going to snap back to where Alucard is. But Alucard is also going to get pushed along with the camera, which is going to force him out of bounds. And you have to find specific like screen setups. You need to be in like within some ranges to make it work. It's kind of tricky.
If it works how I think it works, I'm thinking like 4 or 5 more.
I usually have you be fully on the other end of this platform. Yeah.
Oh,
because
geez.
I think it has something to do with the way the terrain isn't like fully flat. Leading up to it causes some issues. So at least in my testing, I had to do way more than I thought.
Okay. Have you ever fallen asleep during a run?
This is a lot. It's funny the things you got to do sometimes for the sake of challenge.
I'm going to say about 3 more should probably be fine.
Okay,
otherwise we just get to...
no extra inputs after that?
Yeah, you just... I hold left. I don't think it matters.
Okay. Yeah.
1 more for safety.
Sure.
Just to be safe. I don't think you can overdo it.
Do 12 more.
Let's be here all day.
Donate, chat. The dollar amount that comes in.
Will work?
Yeah, transform into bat, please, and then go to the left, and you're good. And that's Death Skip 2.
Yeah. Get fricked, Death.
Yeah, that guy sucks. And now, I guess I could do this now. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I have to apply the Shield Rod spell there, so that way I can fight this next boss, our second boss of the run.
Hey, yo.
Which is going to be Galmoth. Normally considered like the super boss, secret boss, does 1 billion damage, has 10 quadrillion health. He sucks.
Do we have time for some donations?
Yeah, go for it. You can
All
cross.
right.
It's fine. I could basically do this blindfolded.
We have $25 from Death X with no comment. We have $25 from Plagiarizer, who says, "You guys have been entertaining all weekend. Thank you for the distraction. And what you're doing for those in need is fucking awesome."
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
$10 from Pat Jude. Here's another $10 for that 10 out of 10 Richter skip. I definitely did not get chills from seeing Rom Scout play Symphony of the Night. It's not like he's the reason I found DB in the SFTN speedrunning community.
Wow, that's like a really weird.
Yeah.
That would be
You're a
crazy.
really big fever dream, but thank you for the huge donation.
Thank you.
It just turns out they've been a really big fan of the
Yeah, yeah.
So this is Galmoth. We're just going to touch him with our shield. He has so much health that the 255 damage per every 6 frames still takes a while to kill him.
Holy shit.
And what we do there is we actually dive kick inside of his body to get closer to his head because he takes more damage on his head. Next up is... Beelzebub? Really? Okay, that's fine.
The first time I ever watched a Symphony of the Night speedrun, I don't remember, it was someone at SGDQ11. I don't know who it was, but someone was speedrunning this. And I just remember that
Some guy
standing up on that top right platform and punching them for what seemed like 10 minutes.
Oh, that was the Maria run, wasn't it?
It was only like 6, don't worry.
At least from what he remembers. Right?
Did you do that room again?
Oh, the skeleton room?
Yeah. It was like you were like a super good bowler.
Yeah, that's the good bowling room, yeah. Yeah, I do have the route written down because I am going to forget which boss is supposed to be next because it makes no
Because
logical
you never
sense.
look at the boss menu in the library.
No.
Why?
Because, like, why? I don't need to learn how to kill these bosses. To be fair, the person who is doing those recordings, because it's like a video recording, or an
Yeah,
input
it's
recording,
like an actual, you can tell it's an actual player. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
that doing the...
MOV file.
And they're actually quite good at the game. All of the recordings are damageless, usually showing a kill of the boss, except for Galmoth. They just tell you figure it out. It's really funny.
That's wow. This one kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Also, they probably did help make it, so I should at least kind of be sad.
Yeah.
It was either an intern or QA, let's be real.
Yeah, I think the idea was that they wanted the boss fights to be completed damageless, so when they were designing the bosses, they were like, complete the boss damageless, or else we're not going to ship it in the
Well,
game.
you're not getting your college credit for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I do generally like that game design approach, though. Like, can someone theoretically, if they just are good enough with the boss, they don't have to take damage? Right?
Yeah.
Especially if they can find ways where, like, a boss that is gonna hit you instantly at the start, if there is like a cheat that you can do with like an item or something like that.
Right. Oi. I love flies like that. They look like a Super Mario World sticky fly.
I'm not a hard
That's actually called terrain boosting in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So the slope that you're wing smashing against will impart momentum to your wing smash vertically.
It definitely looks like it.
So what you want to do is you want to avoid slopes that send you down if you, unless you want to go in that direction, essentially. That's Beelzebub. He's Nightmare Fuel.
That boss sucked casually. That one.
He has no attacks, by the way. He cannot hurt you.
How did I die?
Because he summons flies, and they do his dirty work. And also, he has little worms that like fall off of him that poison you.
Yeah, when you get poisoned, you might as well just have a game over screen already if you don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah, it's a funny boss where he technically doesn't hurt you, but like he still sucks. And then this is again a terrain boost where like that momentum going downward, I didn't do that. That's just imparted onto me because of the slope.
That's sick.
And you could take advantage of it to gain height really, really quickly with some wing smashes or to like maneuver certain hallways and stuff like that. It's really cool. The wing smash alone is like a mechanic that you can spend thousands of hours mastering, legitimately.
Yeah, because like a lot of them are straight lines, but you can do zigzags like in a straight line still. Yeah.
And it's one of those where like I remember
Where am I going?
watching certain speedrunners for years. I didn't know it was
Death.
Like, Mortal Kombat fatality input to it.
I'm fairly certain they got the idea for the inputs from King of Fighters, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so shout outs, Pretzel
just
Motions.
Watching this, like if you never played the game yourself, you might think like, oh, you're just pressing like Y and you dash forward.
No.
No, there's like 45 inputs to that sucker.
They got
The fact
rid
that you
of-
can chain them together is nuts.
They got rid of most of the complex inputs by the time Aria of Sorrow came out, I'm pretty sure. And they just were like, press a button, do a thing.
Well, they brought them back a little bit in Portrait of Ruin though.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, they did bring him back in Portrait. And in Castlevania HD. Shout outs Castlevania HD.
That's a
Harmony of
beautiful.
Despair,
That's a beautiful
Harmony of
game,
Despair.
even if it's not amazing.
No, it's one of those games that I would probably play 10 million hours of it if there was a PC port. I wouldn't have necessarily a great time doing it, but I would do it. So now we're going to do Death Skip Skip. We're going to skip skipping death this next time. Thanks. I appreciate it. I work really hard to be cool.
Let's run sick, Nasty. What is your favorite category, pound for pound, of Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
Probably all bosses. All bosses is like the perfect.
If you had said pacifist, I was gonna be a little sad for you.
No, Pacifist is cool. I think it's a great marathon run, but
Sure.
I'm never gonna do a world record grind for that game again because there's a 2.25% chance to drop that I got 4th try in the world record run, and I tried to get it yesterday and it took me 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that really kind of hurts the longevity of a speed run from like a grind perspective.
My first time ever. I'm sorry. My first time seeing someone try to get it, it took 17 hours for the drop. So
Yeah, I think it was like a GDQ. I remember seeing something about. Anyways, so now we're gonna skip and death. This guy sucks. Kill him. What is happening off to my? Oh,
Got some belly smacks
Beautiful.
happening.
thank you for the claps for that difficult boss fight. Where am I going? Creature? Oh, I gotta go this way. Funny enough, I never like fully optimized the route for this because the one of the reasons why this category exists was for a Game Ventures bounty.
Okay.
It was basically like, oh, this is theoretically possible. Let's set some arbitrary goal of like 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. I end up beating it by like about 10 minutes or something like that. That goal time, and
Right.
I'm going to the wrong place. I never even like fully routed out everything. I just had notes, and I'm like, where am I going?
Yeah, right.
And it
We
was-
need a route doc up on monitor too.
Yeah, this is like the only category that's like this. Everything else, it makes a lot more sense. You're like going in a straight line. This one, I'm zigzagging.
they all make a lot more sense. So what does ABRSR
Oh, that's
really mean?
that is all bosses, relics, and save Richter. There's some extra letters in there. It's fine. We just call it that because it sounds better than ABRARSR.
Which seems like one of all the really cool content categories.
It's 100% without needing to grind for item drops.
Right, exactly.
And also
Which
you
are my favorite
map.
speedrun categories on average.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say like all bosses reverse sword routing or something.
Right. You gotta get the best sword. And then you gotta get real shitty.
Shut up, Jakku.
Wow.
You think I'm gonna fall for that one? Come
That
on.
would be really funny. A little sad, but mostly funny.
Imagine he's not joking, and I'm just a jerk.
To no one for 5 minutes.
So yeah, next up is Creature. This is the part of the run where it's mostly just movement. We've done most of the major glitches, so now we just get to showcase like all the different movement options. Because I'm constantly chaining so many things like transformations, dashes. You also get to keep your momentum between transforms. We're going to Medusa. Let's go this
I
way.
like how since you're checking your notes and all of these, you're actually letting the relic spawn and then just like leaving it still.
Oh yeah, I don't need that. Stop hitting me!
This absolute legend.
His name
More
is
hits than the last 5 bosses.
his name's Jacko Bones. Yeah.
Yo.
Jacko Bones. Yeah, so we're in that part of the run where it's mostly just movement, and we're not really at risk of like anything going wrong technically, like a glitch where we soft lock or losing lots of time. So next up is Medusa, which we skipped earlier by having the help from her butt push us through. Shouts out.
Shouts out. And reminder, chat, I know he's in boss rush phase. We don't have a lot left in this run. How much money do we still need to hit all those incentives?
Well, we are at 25,735.
All right.
All right.
We need $265 more dollars, gamers. 265, and we are in there. You want to see this 80% run. You want to see some gross shit.
Like, yeah, just for some context about the 80% run, new route this year, like pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of the largest time save that this game has had in like over 10 years individually. So it's a very silly amount of time save too. The reason it exists is very silly, but technically a minute time save.
What we're saying is pretty please.
Pretty please, yeah.
And all your money's going to direct.
Wait, we got anything going on, Shovda? Nope. Well, what are we raising for then?
Oh,
How about we,
that's
how
what
about
you
we
meant. I thought.
You're going to think, oh.
Yep.
Nope.
What are we doing here?
We are.
You had plenty of time. You have plenty of time. This guy takes 30 seconds to leave the screen.
All right.
It's a prize as well, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, yep.
We're gonna be doing those tomorrow.
It's a prize tomorrow.
We are raising money for Direct Relief. Every day, Direct Relief prepares the most vulnerable communities worldwide for the most frequent, more destructive emergencies. And when disasters strike, Direct Relief responds fast, effectively, and efficiently to get medical resources where they need to be to save lives. In 2023 alone, Direct Relief has delivered 424 million doses of medicine valued at $1.6 billion to over 2,200 healthcare providers.
Yeah, and just to give a little extra context on some of the stuff, I know we've been talking about the Maui wildfires, I think, most out of the causes being donated for. And, like, in many instances with these disasters, like, to ensure we know, like, what type of medicine to send to these areas, we have our head pharmacist talk with, like, the Ministry of Health of, like, the areas that were affected. We have them working with data analysts and stuff on that as well, and they are able to quickly identify what needs to go based on, like, the percentage of the population that has diabetes. I'm a type 1 diabetic. If, like, say my house just burned down, all my insulin's gone, right? I'm gonna live, like, a couple days, maybe 3 days, something like that. If at best, if I don't have any access to insulin, and they're able to help save tons of lives just on that alone, and being able to act quickly with all that coordination with other government agencies, health clinics, obviously. So, yeah, it's just a huge deal.
Speaking of saving, right here we're actually going to be saving Richter from that little orb up there. The whole reason we went out of our way to get the Holy Glasses very early on in the run is because you need the Holy Glasses for that orb to spawn and be visible, and it takes 10 hits individually, let me put this back on, in order for the orb to just be defeated. And that saves Richter from the clutches of the dark priest called Shaft. And then from here, I believe next is Granfaloon.
Also, a reminder, folks, if you can't donate yourself, telling somebody else to come tune into the stream and check it out helps a ton.
Yep.
Like, just if you got some friends who you think would be interested, let them know.
Yep.
We do have $100 from Type 01D or Type Oid, who says Mist could pass.
One day, maybe he will.
We also have $25 from MT Fun, who says, let's see that sub 7, and $40 from Indy without a comment.
Oh,
Thank
actually,
you
let
very
me do
much.
the fun thing. Let's have some fun. If we had some Teach Me Tech right now, this would be primo time. Do we have one of those?
We just got a donation. So
We just got the 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 25. Fantastic.
$25.
So, what I'm going to have you do here. Oh, sorry. Were
Hey,
you
go
reading?
ahead, read it.
You're good. We got $25 from Clankzilla, who says Symphony of the Night is the best Castlevania. Love seeing any run of it. Thanks for all the entertainment this weekend.
So, right there, what Rom is throwing out is an item called the Toadstool. If you touch it, you will take damage and become poisoned. Thank you for healing me, Fairy. What I need you to do is I need you to kind of figure out, like, positioning-wise, you could actually walk against that wall if you really wanted to, and then backdash the other wall, sorry. That wall and then backdash, crouch, turn around. From this position, if you throw the Toadstool and then double jump into dive kick, into transform into the bat.
I missed. Oh, I know what happened there, actually.
Yeah. It'll set up perfectly such that you'll clip into the floor, and it sets you up to land in this next location. There it is. Perfect.
Yep.
Nice.
If this was the PlayStation version of the game, this would corrupt the graphics.
And it looks really funny.
It looks very, very funny. But in this version, it doesn't do that. And in this category, I don't think it saves any amount of time, because you could just go around.
All right.
I think at most it might save 1 second.
In the PlayStation version, it actually can save time just because the loading screens do take that much longer.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that?
Like I said, I just watched these ones a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sugar, I know that was a big stack of donations. How much do we still need to get to that fatty 26K?
We need $75.
Oh,
$75.
Snipe it. Why not? Yeah.
Only $75,
A
Chad.
third of that boss.
Yeah, he does. We don't want to see all that, boss.
Yeah, he's pretty nasty.
He goes all the way up in the air. He floats around. He's really annoying. That's one of the few places you could actually lag the game is using a library card while that boss is dying. You see a little bit of frame drops. On the PlayStation version, you'd probably chug it like less than 20 frames a second.
In both versions, actually, you can crash the game in that area too.
Yeah, there's like a memory leak or something.
Yeah, there's like a memory leak with the lava. It's some weird stuff.
Yeah.
I looked away and missed it.
Oh.
I like these sounds.
This game's like Sonic.
$5 damage.
Yeah. No, that was $50 from Anonymous, who says, thanks, y'all.
I think that sounds like we may have hit a goal.
Yep.
Yeah,
Perhaps?
potentially.
Yep, $75 from That Brock, who says, never get tired of DB, any percent runs.
Thank you, Brock.
$26,000. We gotta pull a game from the bucket. Let's go.
Woo!
Bucket of Destiny. The bucket of Destiny. You know what? The bowl of Destiny. Rom, you've done such a great job just jumping in on this. I want you to pull the next game.
Okay, great.
Monday content.
All right.
Come on, let's do it up here.
Okay. Feeling lucky. All right. Super Mario Sunshine.
Put it back. Who offered that shit? Who did offer Super Mario Sunshine?
Yeah, who did?
I mean, it's only like an hour, right?
There's a 20-minute category of it.
Void, you're a great Super Mario Sunshine runner, right?
We doing 20 shines?
I'm
or-
actually legitimately curious on which person here runs Sunshine, because I forgot.
Is it Moby? It's not.
Wait, does Bird? Bird, maybe?
Bird.
Yeah.
Bird hates that game more than I do.
What category is there? Like, is there a 20-minute category?
No.
The category is watch the open.
Well, unless you're just...
Don't fall asleep percentage.
Except to make it to Delfino Plus.
Maybe that first big skip, right? It's a cool skip, right?
where am I going? All rocks
We
into.
have-
Oh yeah.
It's a mystery
$25.
how this was in here, honestly.
We have $25 from It's Kage, who says, teach Rom to Vile Stack. Shoutouts to the Left
Oh,
Side
yeah.
Gaming.
Oh, the Vile Stack.
Stack.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. Am I on my? I can. Yeah, I can get you set up with that actually in just a second here. I don't. Did I got a Monster Vial drop actually? I did. All
Oh,
right.
there you
Yeah, I
go.
can show it off. You need a item known as a Monster Vial. It summons like an enemy, but as like a friendly unit that does damage. And recently, shout out to Jupiter Climb, fantastic Castlevania runner in his own right, discovered that you can actually move properties from one attack onto that vial, the monster vial, as it's spawning in, and you can do like full screen crazy attacks. There is a way to do this that's faster, but this is funnier. To get a... I think this works. I'm going to try it. If not, I'll just grab the demon and get the other thing. Oh, I got it first try.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Easy. I used to know a setup for that because it's really useful in the 200.6% category where you get all the map tiles. So that item over here, the Power of Sire, is like a full screen attack. Can you stop turning around?
I like how you just said you didn't have a setup for like a frame perfect trick, but whatever.
It just
You know,
happens
It just
sometimes.
happened, yeah.
Oh, flashing screen warning, sorry.
Flashing screen warning.
This is really annoying. Yeah, wee!
There we go.
So anytime you're out of bounds, the game is constantly trying to zip you downwards to push you back inbounds, so that's what that looks like. You can actually take advantage of that in some categories to like traverse long vertical sections downward way faster than falling. Where am I going, by the way? We just killed Cerberus. I'm guessing Succubus. Oh, perfect. I knew I was going the right way.
Soy sauce.
Are we doing the horseradish?
We're doing horseradish. Horseradish got back.
Horseradish dip.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're going to steal
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Wait, okay. So are canned anchovies common grocery store? These are stuff I never buy. I'm vegetarian, sorry.
I don't think they are. No.
So while they're contemplating sandwich materials. Oh.
Oh.
Come on, man.
You did your curse? Yeah. That's the only reaction you're going to get out of good suggestions, yeah.
Are they gonna have Vegemite at a random grocery store?
No, that's really funny, but
You know, at this point, we're past. What do I even do with Vegemite?
Probably eat it.
Are they gonna have it in Vegas truck?
It's like salty as fuck, so you have to like douse it with butter or whatever, so you barely taste it. So it's like you consume it, but you're not supposed to have a lot of it. It's like it's really salty.
So it looks like if
I had
I'm
it.
doing my math correctly here, we got about 5 bosses left here after this one. This is Succubus.
That was good. Nice fight.
Yeah, I was gonna let the cutscene play, but that's probably not. We don't have enough time for that. There are some very funny voice lines.
Sauerkraut's going on that bitch.
And okay, so we're basically revisiting all the bosses that we skipped up to this point. We got a handful left. Oh, I forgot to mention, there is a boss that we completely forgot.
You completely forgot.
No, we as a collective, we're all culpable here. Obviously,
Totally forgot it.
No one, yeah, we all missed it together.
True. I should know this. Yeah.
I forgot Doppelganger 40. It's fine. We can actually fight Doppelganger 10 in the intended way. So, fun fact: if you kill Doppelganger 40, which is a boss that resides in the second castle, the game never expects you to fight Doppelganger 40 before fighting Doppelganger 10. So, because of this, Doppelganger 10 and Doppelganger 40 die at the same exact time. So we'll fight Doppelganger 10 this time. It'll be a special reverse boss order exclusive to this
The number
marathon.
name is the level. It's actually like a perfect mimic of Alucard as a boss. Yeah.
I think somebody hacked the game where you can have player 2 control the.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's very funny. Up next is Colosseum.
$26,500 for putting sauerkraut on that bitch. Get those donations.
I actually quite like sauerkraut.
My wife loves sauerkraut. She puts it on everything.
Has the ingredients?
Oh, someone's gonna eat it.
Yep.
Yeah.
At this point, it might be me.
Well,
I'm still up for it.
Extremely small.
My curiosity has peaked.
Yep.
I will volunteer.
And sauerkraut, you had me.
Has the ingredients list got to page 2 at this point?
Oh yeah, we flipped that fricker on the back.
We're basically we're doing both a cult initiation and a judge panel for the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go this way.
Bullshit.
Never really had a.
Exquisite Cheetos.
See that one plant that makes everything too sweet?
Oh yeah.
That first.
Yeah. That tastes great. I'm not a texture person at all.
Yeah, me neither.
So,
Oh my god.
one of the things that's funny about Mist Could Pass here is we're actually using the Mist Relic to go this direction to fight this boss. If you transform into Bat while you start that cutscene, you crash the game.
Okay.
I did that in practice leading up to this marathon, and then I haven't touched this category since. So, we didn't crash the game. I'm doing better than that run. Nice. From here we have about 3 more bosses, something like that.
Where are we? Oh wait, no, we already met some.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing 90% after this. A category I actually am much more practiced in. Yeah, I know. Not crashing the game, so boring.
Literally the first thing we added. Yeah, no thanks. I could have gotten over the Cheetos crumble with the mayo, no thanks.
So we're going to be doing that cavern skip one more time. Not because we can't get into the caverns. Oh god, it's so much harder to see this time. Because it's just slightly faster than going all the way around.
What is it?
Come on. It's supposed to be faster if I get it first try.
Yeah,
but-
you can teach me this one too.
Oh, you wanted to learn this one? There we go. Did you see what I did there?
Yeah.
I think you can figure it out.
Yeah.
Sorry, this sandwich is taking over.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Do you see what you've done, chat? You've created a monster.
We're gonna have the Katamari sandwich by the end of this.
So you have to, I think, call medical professionals in the creation of this sandwich.
I
Oh,
need
here's
some Tums or something.
Oh, this
like
is a
that.
fun kill. Boom.
yeah.
GG.
The best part is it doesn't matter what level you are. Just wing smashing into that boss is enough damage to kill it.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much, unless you're like level 1.
Well, I think you do have to chain the wing smashes.
Yeah,
right?
you have to do multiple wing smashes in order for it to
Yeah.
work. Just transform into that.
Yes! Alright.
All right, if y'all get the sauerkraut at what the fuck are we looking for? 26.5 at 27K, we're gonna put a nice dollop of Cool Whip on top of it. I feel bad for whoever's having to go to the store to get all this shit, but we're gonna make it happen.
Hi, how you doing, buddy?
Yo, Spike.
26 was the horseradish.
That was a horseradish. Yeah.
I think I feel more sorry for the cashier who has to serve us buying this and be like, what is going on?
They got self-checkout, man. It's a
Yo, Spike.
Do they? Oh, I guess they. Hopefully they do.
Jaku will eat it with me. We'll be the only two at the end of this.
Joker wants you to add 30 hard-boiled
30 hard-boiled eggs on top. What about a 28K when it's doused in Jello?
Stop.
That's the reaction we wanted to get.
Yes, that's what I said. It needs to be
Completely suspended is got to suspended.
So normally there's supposed to be a cutscene there, but because we killed Minotaur and Werewolf before
Here,
that fight,
we'll let DB go for a bit.
it doesn't load the cutscene.
What's the next boss after this one?
Next boss is Doppelganger 10 because I forgot to fight Doppelganger 40, and then it's the second to last boss. It's Slaughter and Gaibon, and then Dracula at the very end.
Where are the other doppelgangers?
The other doppelgangers in the second castle, but you can't do both of them in the reverse order because it counts as killing both of them if you do it that way, which is very funny.
So it's like a double boss kill, essentially.
Yeah, you kill them both at the same. I'm going. the wrong
Does it
way.
actually populate the
The
menu
time
with
attack?
both?
Yeah, in the time attack menu, it says you kill Doppelganger 10
Nice.
and Doppelganger 40 on the same exact frame, basically. Where am I? That's the snake. I need the other one. The scorpion? That's a scorpion, right? What do you call that? A worm? A bug?
Yeah,
A
looks
dog?
like a scorpion.
A
yeah.
Dog?
I don't know, chat. Tell us. What did that look like?
I think most people don't. I've had many people tell me this, that they didn't realize that the warp rooms themselves have like animals in like the center to tell you
it
where
took me a
that
while
is.
to notice, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, the lion's the distinct one, I think.
Yeah. So this is Doppelganger. He is us. We are him. He's not gonna last very long.
It's actually a Kittymon. Nuke's cat.
Okay.
This is just Metal Sonic.
Yeah, he dies in one hit.
There are a lot of similarities with Castlevania and Sonic.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking this game. Hell yeah.
I think this is for us, you know?
This category, not so much, but any percent in its previous form, not the form that I'm going to be showing off, is incredibly accessible as well. Like, you
So-
can learn it in, like, less than an afternoon if you really wanted to.
Joey, have you ever tried to spin dash, do the input for spin dash for about like 10 to 12 consecutive minutes? Because you do have to do that in this.
Oh, really?
Effectively, yeah.
Oh, perfect. This is
Yeah.
my kind of game.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, the backdash canceling tech, you're pressing the shield button, then the backdash button, then the shield button, then the backdash button forever, over and over and over again, as quickly as you can in order to maintain your speed.
Hey, we have $25 from Tad Jude again. I'm fairly certain that at this point the grilled cheese violates multiple articles of the Geneva Convention.
This is
Anyway,
true.
anyway, here's more money towards another topping.
Thank you, Tat.
Also, I think you still have to do the monster vial thing.
Oh, I can show it for the final boss
Yeah,
fight,
no,
actually.
it would make the funniest on the final boss, yeah. The most sense.
I mean, it's very funny for Slugger and Gaibon
That's
as well.
true.
Yeah, I can show it off. They're basically this is the final boss. Dracula's, you know,
Yeah,
doesn't
he's just
count.
there. Yeah.
He's just there to give us the credits, but really, this is the final boss. So what I'm going to have you do, the timing is kind of particular. Essentially, the idea is you're going to throw the monster vial and wait for the skeleton to start forming.
Okay.
And then after you throw the monster vial, hold on, let me set this up where X is going to be your monster vial, and X is going to be your monster vial, B is going to be the power of Sire.
Okay.
The idea is if you throw the monster vial like this, and as it's forming, you activate the power of Sire, the hitbox lingers so long as the skeleton is on the screen. Where normally this attack will fade once it's no longer
Sure.
like flashing.
Yeah.
It'll just keep going. So if you want to try that versus this boss here,
So we are.
press X. wait,
Is the timing after I throw the skeleton lenient? Like I
pretty
could,
lenient. You have like a second, like a full
Okay,
second.
okay.
As long as the skeleton is forming, you should be fine.
Okay.
Nice. You did.
All right. Great.
Very nice.
And it'll be funnier on the final boss.
Yeah, I'll showcase it versus the final boss, because why not? I guess I'll go this way. The best part is it's like hard to tell whether or not you get it versus that boss anyways, because they're going to die
Yeah,
so
because
quick
they're gonna die
anyways.
anyway to a power sire.
But it does increase the speed at which... No, I might be mistaken. I think it increases the speed at which the hitboxes actually tick down, if I'm remembering correctly. I might be misremembering. And that's like new tech that was discovered, I think, at the beginning of this year.
Randomizer brings stuff out.
Yeah, that's some randomizer tech. Funny enough, the randomizer is mostly played glitchless, but every once in a while we find something that's cool and we're like, nah, we'll allow it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, how often?
The right way to do it for a randomizer.
Yeah. It's pretty much like, don't do any of the glitches that, you know, beat the game in 10 seconds.
No out of bounds, basically.
Yeah, it's basically no out of bounds, yeah. But yeah, we're basically just running through the second castle again, using a few warps to get us to the final boss, aka Dracula, who will give us the credits, and that's going to be the end of this reverse boss order run. Not funny enough, but like thankfully enough, we saved Richter, so we don't have to do Richter skip again. Otherwise, you'd have to like keep doing it every time or else he spawns, which is really annoying. Let's go ahead and finally put that Mana Prism on here. That's another thing that's really nice about the Mana Prism. We didn't really talk about it, but it refills your mana to full anytime you use it. So finding time to untransform, use the Mana Prism, retransform into Bat is like the most effective way to keep your momentum going. Because Wing Smashes, no matter what level you are, they're going to take MP. Even though the total number of MP that you have like increases over time, it's just very convenient to be able to refill your MP less and less often the higher level you get. In a pacifist run, you stay at level 1 the whole time, so your MP is just bad the entire time. But you're not playing it
even the
luck
final skip, you need to like space out your wing smashes a lot.
Yeah.
It's just like the normal castle, but it's upside down.
Yeah, that's how it works.
You're picking up on us.
Many a times I've done upside down like challenges of this game, and then this part of the castle looks normal. I just flip the screen on OBS and play it that way. It's really terrible. It gives you nausea. It's awful. Don't do it. So that relic skip that we did before, we're going to do it again. There's my heart refresh. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not too terrible to set up.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more beginner-friendly overflows.
Yeah, as far as Soten tricks go, absolutely.
You can literally learn it in like 5 minutes. All the skips actually you can honestly
any percent is not that hard to pick up, and DB has a great tutorial on it. So
yeah,
good starting point.
Okay, here's my question about Soten. All right, there's two types of
Oh
speed
wait,
games.
I'm doing this wrong. I have to skip Shaft.
Oh yeah.
So you actually have a ton of time to ask your question. This is gonna take
so
a
there's
while.
two types of speedruns in the world. There's ones where every single trick is specific to one room in one place at one time, or there's a speedrun in which every trick is applicable anywhere and you just figure out how to apply it. Which one's Soten?
More the latter.
All right, good speed game. Good speed game. Good speed game. Good speed game. Yeah, I just want to let you know. Good speed game.
That's yours? Okay then. Oh, this is mine.
Only want the former if the tricks are so ridiculous that they would trivialize the entire.
Right.
Then it's like, okay, well, yeah, we can do this ridiculous thing, but we can only do it for
Games
this
where
one.
you can learn a trick and then you just have fun seeing all the cool places.
That's honestly just how most of the routing of this game happens.
Yeah.
So,
We're
yeah.
actually playing speedruns because they're very much that same kind of way.
So similar to how we did Death Skip 2, we're doing that again because we already killed Shaft, so it would mess up the boss order if we killed him again, because he doesn't actually die when you kill him, he just unlocks the area to Dracula. So it's funnier to kill him even though it doesn't keep him permanently dead, and then skip him later to get directly to Dracula, which is what we're doing right here. Essentially, this category exists because what would be the funny thing to do? Let's do that. Because reverse boss order, it's so arbitrary at the end of the day anyways.
Right. One out of like 30 plus different types of categories.
I mean, you can also kill Dracula at the end of the game and then library card, and you still get to keep playing the game.
Yeah,
So.
on the PlayStation version, it's very lenient, but on Xbox, I think they
Yeah,
take away
it's pretty- it's
control.
pretty
It's
tight,
like frame
yeah.
perfect, yeah.
Not.
Thank you. That kind of looks right. I'm gonna do like 3 more.
Yeah, as long as you're not like having your foot touch the wall, I think you're good.
I'm gonna do 1 more then.
Yeah, like the first line of the wall is fine, but after that, no. Yeah, I think now.
That should be plenty good.
Yeah.
There we go. And we can essentially fly up the left side of the
Yeah.
screen, and there's a load zone right here that takes us directly to Dracula.
Wow. The teacher over here.
I remember you just learned how to wing smash.
I mean, he watches so much.
Yeah.
You know, through osmosis, you figure it out. Yeah.
You really start to pick things up pretty quickly.
So this will showcase the vial stack a little bit better. This is obviously not the optimal way to kill this guy. You just use the shield. But this hitbox is going to stay around a lot longer than it's supposed to. As long as the skeleton is on screen, it's doing damage. But the reason why it's not that great is because like it doesn't kill him in one. So probably like 2 of these, 3 of these maybe.
How much health does this guy have?
I just realized no one's on the timer, but that's fine.
And time! Time!
Just right click it. Just right click
Press
it.
all the buttons, you'll find it eventually.
Time!
I'm doing it.
Time! And time! Thank you, thank you. All right, let's quickly showcase that any percent run now. At the very beginning of the run, too, we're showcasing some new tech here, which is actually a light amount of RNG manipulation. What I'm doing here is I'm taking a previous save file that's already done a bunch of stuff, and I'm changing the name of that save right here. And that converts the a specific RNG value from that save, gets transferred over to the beginning of your next save when you start the game. So because of that, it's going to give me a favorable pattern to fight Dracula at the very beginning that has the potential to save about half a second. And that's about it.
Wow.
So
a nice half second that.
Yeah.
Once you know how to do it, you can do it every
Take
time.
a free half second.
I mean, it makes every reset take like an extra 2 seconds, but it's worth it. Are you ready?
I'm ready for you.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Again, we were playing in luck mode. Because of the big tosses, they make you go real fast. I had to play actually genuinely very well for the first couple.
There's not going to be as much screwing around this time. So.
Yeah, I have to. This is serious time but yeah, so the idea behind this category is if I go fast enough, he's not supposed to spawn there. Oh well.
Oh well. Well, you can still get it fine.
Most likely, it'll be fine. Especially if I can get some good damage stacks here. The idea is if I go fast enough, it's not happening. I have to reset.
You have to reset
Genuinely
there, yeah.
have to reset there.
The leniency on the we talked about the clock rush, which is the cycle on the clock he has to get to where the statue opens. The leniency for even his extremely high skill level at this game is only about 5 seconds.
Yeah, I can only lose about 5 seconds in the first 7 minutes of the run. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. I'll hopefully not have to reset very often there. That was a mixture of skill issue plus bad RNG. Because the other thing that sucks about this category is that you have about a 50-50 chance to activate a damage stack every time you go for one. And you want to obviously get 3 damage stacks in a row, which is a 1 in 8. So most of the time I'm resetting for a 1 in 8 chance for the very beginning part. That's 1 damage stack. Let's go.
Nice.
We're open for 2 more.
All
If
right.
I get at least
Let's
1
go.
more, I'll keep
even
going.
the first, it's gone first. Oh. Nope.
Let's see how bad this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to reset. If I could maybe chain blade dashes for a while. Yeah, this category sucks.
I bet you just need the energy of a donation.
Yeah, can we get some
Yeah.
good luck from a donation to maybe get these damage stacks going? It's a 1 in 8 chance. So.
Yeah, for sure.
3, 2, 1, go.
At least one
We
that
have-
hits 26.5K, so we can have the sauerkraut on the grilled cheese.
Yeah, we have $20 from Kitten, who is listing out the grilled cheese here. They say, so we have a toasted BLT with cheese, jalapenos, and sauerkraut, a side of horseradish, and a delightful bowl of Parmesan top tomato soup. As our beverage, we have a vintage glass of grape juice. Topping it all off, we will have a soft, sweet splash of Cool Whip when we hit that 27K mark.
You can't find that in your 5-star restaurant, man. You can't.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Is this the first and only major part, or
Like,
before you
there,
get to
there's
the
plenty of
3,
other places you
2,
can screw up,
1,
but this
go.
is just.
But this is the first where there's not so much in his control, basically.
Oh, there's another one that comes up a little bit later.
Yeah, there's technically a varying 1-frame window that moves around on which is why he wants the manipulation.
Absolutely.
But like a 1-frame window you move around based on Dracula's pattern. That if you throw the holy
There we
water
go.
there, the damage stack happens.
Right.
It's essentially half of the frames it can happen, half of the frames it can't.
Yeah.
There's 2. Okay, I can finish this.
Yeah. This one's good. This one's workable.
He jumped. It's fine. That's only
Yeah.
about 3 seconds of
Yeah.
time loss. So
Yeah.
I just have to go really.
Just have
really
to be
fast.
perfect the rest of the time. No problem.
That's perfectly fine. There is also a boss fight, the very first boss of the run, Slogger and Gaibon. Ideally, I kill them both on the same exact frame using a setup. However, if I get critical hits, it will screw up the double kill, and yeah, we lose like 5 or 10 seconds because of that, because we gain a bunch of extra level up animations.
Do not be surprised if we're waiting at the clock for a minute, but
yeah,
it's extremely difficult.
I'm gonna go for. I'm trying to think. My success rate for this is probably less than 10%. Get through the sub 7 cycle. But I'll try my best. This is definitely not like a guaranteed to happen kind of thing. When I do any % record attempts, I'm basically just resetting for like 2 hours at a time, hoping to get a run started. Oh god, that's already probably all of my time missing that one jump.
And just to know, like, menuing also has to be fast, too.
No, the menu actually pauses the in-game timer, thankfully.
Yeah.
But ideally, you want a menu fast.
Yeah, obviously for an RTA, but yeah.
Even like your jumps, you want to release the jump button as soon as humanly possible to just barely make it up to ledges, to just mitigate the amount of time you're left in the air, because being in the air is slower than being on the ground, because you could backdash on the ground, shield dash on the ground.
I always say 2D platformers, 2D games in general, I love speedrun climbs. They're so good.
Okay. That guy is a jerk, that skeleton. He's called the MLG skeleton because he never misses. He's so good.
In fact, the only reason he didn't get hit there was that level up animation, giving him invincibility.
I need to kill exactly one of those guys because I'm setting up an experience route to essentially minimize the number of level ups you see during the run. Like, we've routed out the minimum number of level up animations that are even possible here. Ooh, bad RNG there, probably because I messed up a few inputs. That guy can give you really a better pattern where he doesn't spit at all, but it's based on like your execution through previous rooms. I need to kill this guy through the wall!
Oop.
I'll just kill this guy instead. Just die, 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 die!
You got them both. Is that going to mess anything?
No, I needed to kill both
The sub
of them.
7's dead already.
It's so dead, yeah. Literally, you cannot make more than one mistake, so it's fine. The rest of this is going to be a showcase of what any percent essentially looks like. We're just going to have to wait
Still
a
a
minute.
very cool run.
Yeah. Essentially, if I played better, this wouldn't be a problem. Hey, I got the double kill, so we got lucky there. We got lucky by not getting lucky and not getting critical hits. Another fun fact about this game, your luck stat, you would think, oh, you're playing in luck mode, which means you're going to get more crits. It actually doesn't work that way. Your crit chance is based off the weapon you use, but the damage that your crits do is based off of your luck stat, essentially. So that's fun.
I love how your boss strategy is that you want to get average.
Yeah, you just don't want the good luck.
I got average, dude.
Every other boss fight, if we get critical hits, that's chill. That's super dope even, because it means like one less slash of the sword swing. And the sword swing's very fast, but still, it's one less slash, so it saves time technically. Here, I have to kill literally everything. So these flea men that jump around, they can sometimes jump over you. I need to kill them. They cannot live. For my own like emotional health, as well as like actually making sure that I'm on the correct experience route. Oh god. But yeah, this entire first part of the run, we will see it because I'm going to get stopped by the clock. But the idea behind this entire route is that room that we just passed where Maria was there and we skipped the cutscene and she left. There is a statue that shows up there every other minute. On even-numbered minutes, it's in your way. And on odd-numbered minutes, it moves out of your way. So ideally, you show up on an odd-numbered minute so you can just go and you don't have to wait. And the only way that we can really do that is to get to the clock room in... did I say it the wrong way? It's supposed to be even number minutes. It's out of your way. In odd number minutes, it's in your way. Sorry, I said it the other way around. Essentially, you want to be there in under 7 minutes. Because then the statue closes, and at 7, it will close and keep us from being able to progress otherwise, and we have to wait an entire minute. So this entire, like, execute perfectly for 7 minutes straight is to save an entire minute over the previous route. And essentially, no one had been able to do it in, like, over... like 12 years. I think Romscout some guy got the first sub-8 clock rush in like 2011 or something like that. And since then, we haven't been able to get a better clock rush since.
To be fair, though, no one was running luck mode up until then, yeah, so.
Zost was.
Zost was. Zost is a legend, though.
Shout out Zost for sticking with luck mode for every speedrun he did of this game.
And then moving to the other 6 Metroidvania speed game.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
The only other one. No, I'm just kidding. We had a very good block of Metroidvanias today.
So that's Doppelganger. Normally, if you're playing in the standard mode, you can fight him with the stopwatch sub-weapon where he stands still and you just slash him a bunch and he dies. But because we're in luck mode, we actually don't have enough minimum hearts to use the stopwatch. even if we wanted to. So because of that, we have to fight him somewhat normally. And if you get crits on him, you save like 5 or 6 seconds. Because that's like every slash you do versus him, you have to wait for him to go into his like animation and land on the ground, and then he becomes vulnerable again. He essentially has a lot of iframes between hits. So you can get a crit that is so strong you kill him in a single hit, and it saves like 5 seconds. It's crazy. I'm going to go for a frame perfect floor clip here. If I get it, I'm good. If I don't, oh, it lagged. I didn't get it. Yeah, I got like a... I don't want to call it random, but essentially sometimes when you go into those rooms that are called CD rooms, the game will just like stutter for a little while.
On your sub-7 attempts, do you basically have that as a requirement, or is that more of a free gift?
It helps a lot. I've been able to do it without the floor clip there, but it loses 2 seconds. So essentially I would be playing perfectly up to that point, and if I get that extra 2-second time save, it makes this next part more lenient. But I don't necessarily assume that I'm going to get it every time. Because it's possible to get it without that floor clip.
But you're like still going for it though.
Yeah, essentially what I do is once I grab the Soul of Wolf, I look at my timer and I have like a number that I look for. If that number is what my time is at when I grab it, it's like, okay, this is possible. And if it's not, if it's like above that number, it's like, okay, this isn't possible, but I'm going to keep going for practice. It's usually how I end up like running this game. Like, it's genuinely insanely tight, the timing here. The movement here is also very precise. My stats are low enough that I can't kill some of these enemies with the bark, so I have to make sure I avoid them, or I get crits and kill them, which is also nice. Here I have to do a very specific and janky wolf jump like that. You essentially have to let go forward while you're on the slope, then jump, then repress forward, and it allows you to barely clear that book jump there. And if I was perfect, this would not be in our way, and I'm about 27 seconds behind. Holy crap, that was a bad clock rush.
Well, while we're waiting, we do have a couple donations.
Go right ahead, you got 30 seconds.
$5 from Anonymous, who says, does anyone know where I can buy some trash bags? We have...
I know a guy.
We have $25 from another Anonymous without a comment. Thank you very much, both of you.
If you don't get that reference about the trash bags, you got to go watch the Scarlet Violet run.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
So yeah, this is what any percent looked like for over a decade. You're just waiting here, and that would be considered a perfect run. Like, there's no more time you can save.
So pretty much like you have like within like a minute, and everyone's like runs are pretty much perfect up until that point. Like the run starts like there.
Yeah, this is where the run actually starts.
Yeah.
So for the longest
up until this year, that was the case.
What you got to do is you got to picture a bus stop. All right.
Every 8 minutes.
This bus comes when it feels like it, though.
So you're saying every bus saves 21 frames or 0.35 seconds, right?
I was going to say, it's just a frame rule. It's just a really long frame.
Someone 8 minutes multiplied by just 60, or how many frames are in his? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a 3,600 frame rule. That's all.
These guys are easy to manip. If you just do the same actions, they'll do the same thing every time, which is nice. And we're coming up on the next boss fight. This boss fight's weird because there's supposed to be a cutscene associated with it, but if you skip the cutscene, the enemies are still waiting for the cutscene to end, so they just stand there. They just have like a timer that they're supposed to wait before they're allowed to move.
However, if you do stuff like I found this out, I don't know how, but I guess I just like whatever. If you throw something like a buffalo star in there though, they actually do activate their AI from that. I don't know why.
I've died doing that
because Minotaur blocks it back at you. Your flex. It's crazy.
I was on a pretty decent pace, like a sub-7 pace, and I was trying to do a vial stack, which has the potential to save about 1 second if you do it perfectly, because you can get a double kill on them. And I was too close, and Minotaur blocked the projectile of the monster vial. That's a pretty precise dive kick, but whatever. It's whatever. It's fine. And then I died, and I was like, oh, I'm never doing that again. It was great. It was a fun time. Yeah, so same as how we did in the reverse boss order run, I need the fairy card in order to do that shop glitch like we did before, underflow our garnet value, and buy a bunch of overpowered gear. So we're going to have the fairy talk to us.
You may have seen this one before, a little
Skip
earlier.
the cutscene, sell gem, hover over it, equip the gem, sell it, underflows to a big number. If you're really trying to get world record, you actually mash right on the D-pad to sell these things faster.
It can save up to like 2 seconds.
2 or 3 seconds, yeah, if you're really good at it.
Oh, really? So how many frames does it take to advance to the next number by holding it? You know?
Ask somebody who is a nerd. I don't know.
Yeah, basically Talik told us, hey, number go up faster, and we're like, cool, mash.
Yeah.
I know there are those tricks in speedrunning where people are like, so much time to save. I'm like, it's so much faster. Like, it's so definitively faster that we don't care.
I have a 1 in 3 chance that this goes very poorly. It went very poorly.
who
Oh my
cares?
god.
Just do it anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's no world in which I
Come on.
won't do it, so I don't care.
Yeah, I had to do a really bad backup there. There's a 1 in 3 chance that the flea men give you a really bad pattern, and I got the really bad pattern, which is great. So far we're doing fantastic here. We kill this guy still because, I mean, you know.
Because why not?
Yeah. So that floor clip that we did in the last run to get into the caverns early, we're going to do one here. This is luck mode, so our mana is really low. So I have to be very, very careful with how I maneuver out of bounds here. So I'm grabbing the Soul of Bat, and then immediately we're going to try and clip out of bounds to leave the library. It saves about 5 seconds if done perfectly. I was 1 frame off.
Oh.
There we go. Second try's not too bad. Now we're even. So I have to refill my MP while I'm in the floor here, and then I have to keep going, and we're going to have to refill one more time. And you can't refill while you're in bat form. You have to transform into wolf, transform into Alucard from there, and then transform into bat. It's really annoying. For whatever reason, when you're in the floor, you have like a different set of properties than when you're like playing normally. Something about having a ceiling constantly touching you. This game's weird.
We have a $25 donation from Death Control who says for Eason.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is another section where having lower MP hurts compared to the older version of any %. You have to be very precise with how long you hold these wing smashes for, because you can technically, I bonked there, that sucks. You can technically just kind of spam the wing smash input as fast as you want. But ideally what you want to do is you want to space them out almost exactly 1 second at a time. So that way you get the most distance per wing smash, and it's the most MP efficient way to wing smash. So it's not just doing the input, you have to time it very, very specifically. And here, if I'm careful, I should be able to do a gap skip right here, like that.
Nice. Oh.
Bonking there kind of sucks, but it's not.
Yeah, so you got most of the time save.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so in this run, we don't have access to the shield rod because actually grabbing the shield rod is slower than just beating the game.
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds. It's bad.
Yeah, it's not ideal when you're going on world record runs. So instead, what you do is you grab the Buffalo Stars instead. Here, I'm going to go for Dumb Richter Skip. Dumb Richter Skip. Didn't get it. We're going to go for less Dumb Richter Skip. Didn't get it? Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, man, that D-pad, you need to wear it in a little more.
Yeah, I tuned it up a little too nicely. And yeah, essentially, go through the room. The game doesn't realize you're going through the room. It skips the check. Richter doesn't notice. Blah, blah, blah. And now we can just go beat the game. There's nothing really stopping us. We just have to do relic skip at the end.
Well,
of this
other
section.
than the extremely low health.
Oh, whatever. Just don't get
Don't
hit.
get hit. Yeah, it's fine.
Literally don't get hit for
But
it.
yeah, that's the thing to keep in mind. If any of this stuff, like you haven't run this game, but you love this game and it interests you, you don't have to run it in luck mode and have to manage your MP perfectly and have no health. I would highly recommend you just start on the normal default mode until you actually feel like you can get a sub-7 clock rush.
For reference, only 2 humans have gotten a sub-7 clock rush in the world.
Fine, I'll do it this week. Jeez.
You could do it. You could definitely do it. Genuinely, you could definitely do it. As a brand new runner, I've never seen such latent potential in a human before. So I just have a feeling. But no, it is saved for the most advanced runners, really.
And direct relief staff.
Yeah, the direct relief staff, they're just built different. Here, if I get touched by anything, it's a really bad time. But we're fine. Those imps, they have like a special attack that they grab you, hold on to you, and keep you like stuck in place. And then you get comboed by like the archers in the background. It's not great. If I drop a wing smash here, I'm dead. 100% I'm dead, yeah.
That's pretty much the entire second castle. Like, because, yeah, you obviously only beat like,
That's fine.
4 bosses in the first castle. And they expect you to have killed like 10 to 12 somewhere in there by the time you enter it. So, yeah, just down many levels, and everything's just going to one-shot you here.
I'm probably like level like 13 or 15 right now, and I have 75 max HP. You start with 80 if you play in normal mode. So level 1, you start at 80 HP. I'm many levels above that, and I'm only at 75. So luck mode really does tank your stats, but those big tosses at the beginning have the potential to save so much time that you just kind of deal with it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't tap forward. D-pad's too tight.
Give it a couple weeks. You'll be fine.
There we go. Yeah, I had to like repair this controller like a couple days before the event. It's the issue of finding Xbox 360 controllers in the modern
They're
day.
so expensive
They're so
now.
expensive.
Why?
And there's Relic Skip yet again. And we just get to beat the game. There's nothing stopping us. You're supposed to transform into a dog there because during the transformation, you actually can activate the elevator early if you're doing it at the right timing.
Is a wired 360 controller a preference, or is there like some genuine?
It's more preference than anything because I could also use it on like my computer easily. It's nice. It's what I'm used to. I've always used wired ones, but wireless is just as fine. It's not necessarily like a latency issue.
Okay.
If I'm very, very unlucky and get literally 0 critical hits, this could go poorly. You need at least 1 to one-cycle this guy in luck mode. Okay,
nice.
He dies on the ground there if you get at least 1 critical hit. Otherwise, you have to jump up and follow him, and if you don't jump at the right time, he goes all the way to the ceiling, and it's very bad. So we got, again, a little unlucky, no critical hits there. But it's fine.
Nice kill.
Yeah, if you get at least 1 crit, you save, like, I don't know, like half a second.
Like, yeah.
Because you don't have to do that jump afterwards or whatever. But yeah, this fight is also, it looks very scary. A lot of people get really panicked when they have to fight this guy. But essentially, it's like the same fight every single time. He's super easy to manipulate. He's always going to swing in the closest spot to you, and he does like a little wind-up. So all I'm doing is moving right before I take it.
You have so much muscle memory in this, you're getting like a pixel or 2 from death
Yeah.
every single time. That's time, by the way.
That's time. And that's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You got to see 2 of the
that was some crazy
fun
stuff. Thank you so much, dude.
2 out of the 30+ categories showcase. Wow.
Yeah. Two of the least marathon safe categories that exist, by the way.
Hey, it did pretty good at it, though.
It wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. Thank you all so much. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for supporting Direct Relief and watching Speedrun Colosseum.
And just a reminder about the soup, sandwich, whatever's going on combo. At the end of Mario Party 3 crowd control is when we will go shopping. So just keep that in mind. At the end of recess, after this next segment. So, yeah, soon.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Tell you that she would love you for all.